You're now listening to a Press Play Network podcast.
Welcome to another edition of NerdFlow. It's issue 75. We're live on our Twitch channel tonight. Kind of like decided to change things up and not show Facebook no love, but you know, it's all good. But yeah, so issue 75. What's up, everybody?
Hey,
Happy Labor Day.
What?
Say Happy Labor Day.
Something we said Happy Easter Day. I'm like, wrong holiday, y'all.
Nah. That's just toothpick on my mouth. My bad.
I ain't Razor Ramon.
Yeah, Chico.
Nah, man. I've been eating barbecue all day. I can't help it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nigga becoming one with, you know what I'm saying, with his young self.
Yeah, we've been having a lot of some technical issues tonight. Everybody has. Shoot. Technology not acting right tonight. You said what?
Good on this end.
Excuse me, Mr. Fiber.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Everybody took a day off.
And Neely sounds like she is in a Category 5 hurricane.
Hi.
She does sound very, 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 very far away.
Like she in the sunken place.
Sorry.
But yeah, man, this is NerdFlow. This is a podcast all about nerding out on video games, anime, anything that's pop culture, comic books, all that good stuff. Please make sure you guys follow. We're available on all social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can either look us up, either NerdFlow Podcast, or search for NerdFlow. It'll come right up. And in addition to that, we also got a Facebook community page, so you can talk about all things nerd in there. And we have a YouTube channel as well. Just search NerdFlow. We don't have our official YouTube tag yet, so we need you guys to subscribe and like all our videos that go up on there. As well, every single Friday when we post new shows, the audio version of this show also goes up on YouTube. So please make sure if you're a YouTube head and you prefer to listen to us on YouTube, you can do that every single week too. So yeah. All right, man. So Pandemic Tour, September 14th through the 16th, NRG Center here in Houston. We will have some of my correspondents there. Unfortunately, I will not be able to make it. I really want to go so bad because, the roster's pretty freaking packed. We got Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl on Walking Dead. We got Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We got some news about him tonight as well. Plays Negan on The Walking Dead. Tom Welling from Smallville. Dave Bautista plays Drax and also WWE wrestler. We also will have Paige from WWE will be there as well. That's a new person that got announced for that as well. And we got Chuck Norris, who Young feels should not be there at all. But anyway. But yeah, so
I'm surprised he's
you're being back to Mike, but you're doing it, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Young. No Channing Tatum at Pandemic Tour.
I know. Let me fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a damn about Channing Tatum. He the hell, like I miss just all that because I'm texting my sister to make sure she's safe.
I don't know what they got to do with Magic Mike, but okay.
He trying to.
A hurricane is about to hit down there, so I'm trying to make sure my sister is safe.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
It is a lot of rain going on. I know we catching on a lot of that.
A lot of
rain
moisture,
over
a lot
here
of
in
wind.
Houston. Yeah. All right, man. So let's get into things. We got a packed show tonight. Let's kick it off with Battlefield 5 got delayed for about a month. So for all the gamers,
I'm always happy about delays.
Yeah, when it hits the holidays, you can't do nothing but be happy about it because it's just you got a little bit more time to play that one game that you really like to play before this other new game that you like comes out and then takes away your time from the other game.
Well, not only that, is the fact that they delaying because they feel it isn't ready. So, there's nothing wrong with delaying something. You feel like there's more work need to be done on it. I think more games need to do it instead of releasing it as incomplete as it is and then releasing patches to make it better over time. So, I agree with that.
No Man's Sky a whole year later, you know what I'm
saying? Yeah, now it's the game it should have been. But now it's too late. So I'm cool with that. I like when games get delayed.
Yeah, I know they were. I was reading some articles about it, trying to figure out why it was being delayed. They was also saying some stuff. They did some play tests and stuff like that, and some players that were doing the play tests were saying that it wasn't, didn't feel some of the mechanics didn't feel good or feel right within the game. So I guess they're gonna take a month to kind of like tweak that type of stuff. I think I could be about a week off, but I think the beta is either next weekend or this weekend. I know Call of Duty is this weekend, I believe, and then Battlefield is the following weekend because they're doing the Battle Royale beta is coming up as well for Call of Duty to do a stress test on that new mode, and I think Battlefield 5 is next week. So for those who want to get into that, I will be in both of them as well. I'm a fan of probably Battlefield more than I am of Call of Duty, but I'm kind of feeling Call of Duty Black Ops 4 a whole lot. So then we got some news that actually kind of like came out of nowhere this past Friday, which was Eminem dropped a new album called Kamikaze, and in addition to that, we actually found out from this mysterious album drop Thursday night going into Friday that he has the title track for the Venom movie. So this is, being that, Venom is a Sony movie, typically, Sony tends to kind of like lend their resources over to, people who are under the same umbrella. It's kind of a shocker. I mean, not really a shocker, but I mean, it kind of fits. Very much fits.
To me, it makes sense for him to have the title track with that title, because we know that Eminem spits Venom, and when you listen to the song, it's just like it was meant for him.
Yeah, I don't think I even made. I mean, I've listened to majority of Kamikaze. I haven't even got down to the Venom track as of yet, but I will. But I've heard good things. I've heard good things about it. Do you guys think that the Venom soundtrack is going to be on the level of like Black Panther?
No.
As far as tracks that kind of like shape the movie and are just as good as the movie.
No, because the only reason I say it won't, only because Kendrick Lamar produced the whole entire Black Panther album. This one, you'll have multiple different people with their hands on it. So, I mean, I think it'll probably be good, but it's not going to be nowhere.
And then it's going to, like, Black Panther was basically a straight hip-hop album. This album, I got a feeling it's going to be like some hip-hop. Like, if it has a soundtrack, it's going to be like hip-hop and rock.
Okay. Yeah, I would in the same category. The movie don't match the soundtrack, but like Suicide Squad had a very good soundtrack, but the movie didn't match the soundtrack.
Oh, it really did.
Yeah.
Movie garbage.
I won't say garbage. I would say the roster did not match the person that they were fighting. That should have been a Justice League Dark. I saw Constantine and Dracula and all of them together fighting like that.
I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I say it's garbage because, like, promotional wise, you promoted Joker like crazy, honestly. But you watch the whole movie,
cameo.
Joker's on it. That's what I'm saying, cameo appearance. That's why I didn't like Suicide Squad that much. I mean, don't get me wrong. It like appearance wise, it was been alright. But like I said, like your heavily promoted character was barely even in the movie.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, that's real true, because the way, like, it was making it look like Jared Leto was about to be a breakout star in that movie and everything, and I think all together he probably had 3 minutes in the movie.
No, it was like, it was a scene with, it was really just mostly in flashback scenes, honestly.
He only had one scene that was up to date. That was when he broke out Harley Quinn. That was it.
Yep, that was the only thing. Then we got the Russos and Bosslogic throwing out photos about Infinity War. What is up with this? I saw the photo. It's basically like a photo of kind of like the Last Supper in a sense, where it's one photo shows all the characters that were in Infinity War, and then it's kind of like the same picture, but like you got a lot of characters missing, the aftermath of the snap. So
It's really paying an homage to like the Last Supper, but it's got all the survivors of the snap or who was left behind. You got they're kind of in like remorse and in mourning, like all sitting together. Like you see, like M'Baku with Shuri and Okoye in the background. You got Scott. You got even Wong is in the picture.
But even
it's
had
like
freaking Hawkeye and Ant-Man. They wasn't even nowhere in the movie. Well,
yeah. And
Speaking of,
go ahead.
No, go ahead and finish, and I'm gonna say something else.
Okay. It's like you gotta zoom in to like pay attention to detail to the picture. It's like you kind of see Rocket playing the Last Defenders game that Groot always played in the movie. And you got Stan Lee having a conversation with Thor.
Saying, why didn't you aim for the head, Thor?
Exactly.
Alright, so speaking of Black Panther, I know that I recently said on the show that I do not watch Disney, but
here we go.
This Black Panther cartoon animated series coming, and I will be watching Disney just for this show. And then I will, after this show goes off, I will change the channel.
It do look fire though.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
I mean, from the commercial that I saw, the bantering between him and Tony is just what sold me. So, you know.
I feel that. Yeah, the show does look amazing. I know they were. I mean, because I know Disney was kind of like getting rid of some of their animated shows. Some shows like ending, and I'm pretty sure that was for a reason for them to replace some shows that were kind of like more popular, of course, like Black Panther and stuff like that. I'm pretty confident, pretty sure that we're probably gonna get a Ms. Marvel show or something of the sorts once that movie drops as well. I know something else that I kind of linked to in the group chat over the week was that Marvel is rumored to be prepping to tease Black Panther 2, and of course we're supposed to be getting the Captain Marvel trailer probably more likely at the upcoming Comic-Con next month.
Speaking of which, I came across a video that was relating to Captain Marvel. I don't know if it was fake, but it looked like footage from the movie. I'm gonna have to get you guys to get a look at it and get y'all opinions on it. It's showing her in like forming the suit on her, and it's like coming on mechanical, kind of like the new tech that Tony had. I'm like, is this fake? Is this real? And I kept seeing like the planes flying over. So I'm gonna have to send it to you guys and get your opinion on it.
Well, she does have alien tech. I mean, prior to Avengers 4, she'll be coming off fighting the Skrulls, so she will have probably more likely will have some alien technology to accompany her, or either a more advanced suit compared to probably what we'll end up seeing in the movie that comes out in March.
So I was watching Infinity Wars again this past weekend, and I saw something I didn't notice when I saw it at the movies.
Go ahead.
So you know when the two aliens land on Earth and Doctor Strange, Stark, Wong, and Hulk, Bruce go out there to try to fight them.
Yeah. Ebony Maw?
Yeah, so like the really big one, not the one with the psychic powers, but the really big strong one.
Yeah.
I noticed that he had Captain Marvel's sash on his waist.
Huh. That might be where she got it from.
Which, if you look at the screens from the movie, from the screenshots from the movie Captain Marvel, you know, she got the greenish type suit on. So, like, I guess it's her first suit. But, like, that happened, like, earlier. So, I'm thinking like somewhere along the line she may have fought him or something like that, and he got her sash or something, thinking that he had defeated her as like a trophy.
That sounds, that does sound like something that would be possible, or that probably did happen for him, especially for him.
Was that?
Like if y'all like real talk, if I could find like screenshots from that movie, I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, I was looking at it, I was like, yo, that's Captain Marvel sash.
I also noticed something while watching the movie. Do you guys see the writing on the gun that Bucky had when he was in Wakanda?
Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure it looked like it said hammer.
Oh yeah, the Hammer Tech gun. So the Hammer Tech gun from Hammer from Iron Man 2. His gun's all over the place, and it's in Luke Cage as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you watch it as many times as you want. You gonna find something new every time. I know I do.
Oh yeah. They always paying homage back to other stuff, or back to, even if it's back to tech or stuff from previous villains. And Hammer, even though I don't know, did he die in Iron Man 2, or would he just No,
he got arrested.
He got arrested. Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, with that, that could mean he could come back at some point, because all his weapons are out on the market. All the weapons that they were trading in Luke Cage were Hammer weapons, and they're illegal. So then we got Anthem. So PAX was this past week, and they gave us some new info and some new gameplay from Anthem. Kind of the gist of what we got from the new footage that came from Anthem is that Anthem will be coming out with a downloadable demo at the beginning of February next year, which will be, prior to that, will be probably like weeks right before the release of the game. Any thoughts? Did anybody get a chance to see the trailer?
No, I didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
I was pretty damn impressed. Like, I don't know. The thing is, I'm trying not to get too much into it because I don't know. I feel like they might overhype this damn game, and I hate when they overhype shit. So
yeah, that's my same sentiment on that too, man. I was like, I don't want to get too overhyped, too overinvested, and then I get disappointed, because at the same time,
then I get egg on my face.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, at the same time, like, people know and everybody know I talk about Destiny all the time, and I play that game all the time. But I like when other games come into the same sandbox and try to compete for the same audience, because that makes that other developer step their game up even more, because there's somebody challenging them, or challenging to take away fans of that particular genre, or do a similar type of game.
What I liked about Anthem from the first couple of videos I saw on it was kind of like had a Iron Man aspect to it, where you piloting your suit and like the worlds look more bigger and open, and it looked like it's a shooter, but it looked different, and I like seeing different games instead of everybody taking the same format and running with it.
Yeah, I just hope it's not a thing where if it is truly open, and it's not where it's a thing where it's like it's only open to a certain aspect, and then it's like, okay, you have to load to something else, load to something else. Just let it be just straight wide open. Just make one big giant world, and just
Speaking of Anthem, y'all know they storyline content gonna be, the storyline DLC is gonna be free. What they said. What's y'all view on that?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that at I heard that at E3, because that's during the same time that everybody was up in uproar, everybody talking about the whole thing, and plus it's EA. They got burned from the Battlefield 2, Battlefront 2 fiasco with microtransactions and all that stuff. So EA kind of knows better not to do that, because I think they really truly learned their lesson from Battlefront 2. Now it could be a thing like could be a thing kind of more on the lines of like who does that? I know Bungie is kind of doing that with Destiny, but somebody else did that first. But it's kind of like a thing where the content may be like free, because like the Division 2, people are jumping on the Division 2 as well about how they're going to start to charge for, because like if you buy a particular edition of the Division 2, you get a certain amount of storage if you buy a particular edition. And a lot of people are starting to feel that they may charge for like storage for like your weapons within the game and stuff like that for a certain amount of, what is called stash is what they call it. So they've been a lot of people been in an uproar about hearing that from the Division, from the upcoming Division 2 game, feeling that like, because they said, their DLC is going to be free too. But what other means or what other things they're going to lock behind the wall is the other thing that's kind of crazy. Let's see what else. Oh, another thing that came up that also happened. So much stuff happened in games. WWE 2K19 had their roster reveal last week. Did you get a chance at any? I know Snap or Checkmate. Did y'all get a chance to see it or see the reveal?
I saw the entrances. I understand 2K or WWE games sometimes, like certain, I guess you could say, it's certain things that nag me a little bit when it came to WWE games. Like back in the day when Orton had his Legend Killer entrance, like the first few games when he had Brandon Malay as his theme, his poses were so jacked up until they got it right in 2008. But, nowadays, like, his likeness is messed up. So I nitpick at certain stuff like that. So when it came to Undisputed Era's entrance, I was surprised I didn't see any armbands on them.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been jumping on them about, is the armbands. The armbands was kind of like the first thing that they started doing in the beginning, so I don't understand why they didn't kind of do that. But I guarantee you that in the creation mode as an armband part, I bet it's in there as a part. And they literally going to make us freaking take the characters into creation mode just to add the damn armband. And it's going to take up freaking slot space for that reason.
That don't make no sense. But overall, I mean, it's like I guess you say a little small upgrade from 2K18. I guess you could say a little small upgrade, I guess, graphic wise. But I know another thing people were complaining about was how Adam Cole looks, not just in the armband, but just his overall like look. I guess they were a little bit they were nitpicking at how he was looking, but
the likeness is sometimes I think sometimes like either they can't get a full scan or they get like a partial scan, or either like sometimes because like certain characters from year to year are start to look better. Because like, I'll give you an example, like Sasha Banks in 2018, it just like her mannerism when she comes down to the I hate watching her entrance like on the game. It's just like it's so robotic. It's like, can we just get Sasha and just have them mocap her, like let her do her own entrance, don't let nobody else try to do it for her. Just like, can we just mocap her only, do her own damn entrance?
Yeah. Like I said, it was just like Randy Orton all over again. It took them so many games to get his pose right. Now what they're screwing up with him is the lighting when it comes to his theme music. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know why it takes them so many years to actually get it like exactly right. But
another thing, Snap, that they were that a lot of people complain about, and I was on Twitter with a lot of this, and I actually got a couple likes on the point that I made about it, and actually got a like from I think Smack Talks and WB Games about it. Was the ratings? So they've been like releasing like the ratings on the latter half of the week, kind of releasing like the player ratings, and so Braun Strowman has a 89. And Roman's gonna have a 95.
Yeah, because he's the top guy. Every top guy always have like, especially somebody that could have been on the cover star or the cover star themselves, always gonna have a high rating.
And then AJ has like a 92, I think, or something like that. And the problem I have with Strowman of all people is that because this dude's been dominant pretty much from year
2016.
Up to now. Yeah, a year up to now. So has AJ, and so has Roman. But to Roman's detriment, he's lost to Brock Lesnar every single time he's went against him. So therefore, I feel those three people I just named should be fairly close in ratings, if anything, because they've been like the top three people in the past year since 2018. 2018 game came out. So it's like, I'm going to need y'all to adjust that.
They gotta do something, man. Because I know I never even pay attention to ratings at all, but then I had looked at half of these folks stuff like, how do y'all exactly do y'all rating system anyway?
Yeah, it's probably WWE related. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon has some part, or one of his lackey has some part in who's getting what rating. I'm pretty sure. Here's a fun fact. Back when Triple H was him and Shawn Michaels were the cover athletes of 2009. They said promotional wise, Triple H could not look bad like at all. Like they could not release any screenshots before the game came out of him either getting hurt, being put in a fence. Like they had to make him look incredibly strong. Oh yeah.
Like, how the hell? Like, bro, I forgot. You're the boss's daughter's husband.
He's son-in-law, so you know, yeah.
I keep forgetting.
All right, man.
So,
what's up?
All right, so we still on games, or are we switching topics?
We jumping back and forth.
All right.
What's up?
So, like, I'm really not a big Twitter person, but lately I've been on Twitter and I've been seeing how Caucasians have been losing their shit over James Idris Elba playing James Bond, and
Bosslogic did an actual art piece of it as well, which looked very nice.
Yeah,
so I say that.
And then you're playing Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and my boy Kev on stage. If you don't know who Kev on stage is, he's a comedian with All Def. He actually picked out a tweet that I did see where a white person, a Caucasian, was trying to explain why a person of African descent cannot be a mermaid. Because he says mermaids live deep in the ocean, and to have dark skin, you have to be exposed to sunlight in order for melanin. Like, he was trying to make it scientific as hell just so he wouldn't sound racist.
Even though he still sounded racist, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, please continue.
But, like, I literally...
she light skinned, by the way, but anyway.
Yeah. But, like...
There you go.
Had... Because I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook. Literally was in this group where I'm with a bunch of white people, and they were talking about it. It was like some stuff, black people, some roles black people just can't play. And this is how I shut that whole conversation down. I said, have any of you all saw the original movie, The Ten Commandments? It was like, yeah. I said, how the hell were all the Egyptians white? All the slaves were white. Moses was white. Everybody was white in that movie, and there was not one.
And also, I would like to also add to your 10 Commandments that Moses was married to a black woman. Just FYI for those who don't know.
Yeah,
okay.
Moses was black. Moses, like anybody from that time, I'm gonna explain. Like I explained them, anybody that was in Egypt at that time, whether they was Israeli, Israelite, or anything Egyptian, anything was black. And he was like, if that's true, then why the Israelis ain't black now? I said, because they're not the real Israelites.
Hey, I got a question. Ain't Zendaya mixed?
She is.
This is also fact.
Yes.
So what is y'all getting bad for exactly?
Because I'm just saying, I'm just waiting for people to figure out.
Her black side shows more than her white side.
I'm just waiting for people to figure out that Spider-Man has a thing for mixed girls. I'm just saying, ain't nobody figured that out yet, but
it's coming. But
black girl in the first Spider-Man, Mary Jane's black, and when she dyes her hair red, then it's gonna be like, oh.
And so, like,
what I was trying to explain to them is that
in the Asian culture, white people, for people that were supposed to be Asian, white people put white people in those parts. Hollywood put white people in those parts. People that were supposed to be black, unless they were playing an actual slave from that era, they put white people in those parts. I mean, even for certain Mexicans, they put white people in those parts. So y'all been cultural appropriating and playing parts all these years for most of Hollywood. And so that we now in an era where people of color are being accepted, y'all losing y'all shit because it's not natural to y'all to see actual people being put into these roles that you think white people should be put into. And like, I'm not racist by a long shot. Don't get me wrong. Hell, my grandfather is mixed. My great grandmother was white. My great grandfather was black. I got a whole side of my family that's white. So I'm not racist about it, damn. But at the same time, don't start losing y'all shit just because the world is realizing that minorities or people of color and of different ethnicities are more valuable in movies, TV shows, and stuff like that now than white people.
I got a message for the dude that said there's no such thing as black mermaids. I'm pretty sure that Ariel in the animated series had a friend of color. Like, I can go back and find video footage of that happening, so I don't see what the problem is.
I'm trying to figure out how he pointed that out, and a Jamaican crab don't bother him.
Okay,
there you go.
So I want to say one thing about this whole
y'all
thing.
smart.
I want to make this whole thing about this whole thing. Mermaids ain't real, so why they gotta be a certain color?
Only 10% of the oceans.
I like how he whispered the whole thing.
Only 10% of the oceans have been been explored on Earth. They haven't gone down deep enough. We're not sure if mermaids are real or not.
You can continue with that theory, but
just because we don't see it,
I'm still waiting to see a unicorn.
I agree. Just because we ain't seen you do Magic Mike moves, I mean you can't do them. So you know.
Oh my God!
I believe you, nigga.
Look, I can't see air. Don't mean air don't exist.
What?
And B.O.B. thinks the Earth is flat, and I think they should just put them in a freaking spaceship and send them out through NASA. But yeah,
yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't air with no goddamn will. As soon as you stop breathing, you're gonna die, nigga. So you don't need to feel it.
I'm just saying, just because we've never seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, or hadn't existed. Just because we never saw it. We never saw dinosaurs, but it's proof that they existed. But I'm just saying, like, just because you
big ass goddamn bones.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, if we ever explore that far deep down in the ocean, we may find some things and be like, "Oh shit, mermaids were actually real."
You know what's crazy? They actually are afraid of what the fuck they can find down there, so they ain't gonna.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. I don't want to go that deep in the ocean. Hell, I don't want to go in the ocean. Period. But I'm just saying.
All right, man. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I wanted to give like a big thanks to Bosslogic because he also did like a fan picture where Zendaya is playing Ariel, and of course a lot of people had to come in, but he had actual facts. And like I was just here for it. Like y'all go to the comment section, man. It's just a big spectacle. And Bosslogic held his own.
So going back to that picture. So did anybody notice that Deadpool is in the back fishing?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure we caught that.
That's just the magic of Bosslogic.
Exactly. It's like somebody shows somebody like, hold on, man. Why is Deadpool in the back fishing? I'm like. Bosslogic, dude. What you want? All right. Jeffrey Dean Morgan wants to play Lobo, which, for those who don't know who Jeffrey Dean Morgan is, he played the comedian in The Watchmen, and he also plays Negan. And I think he would be.
I can see him playing Lobo. I can see him playing Lobo.
Yep, me too. think that should have been the freaking Justice League villain other than freaking Stephen Wolf. Monkey ass. I know
Did you
his name.
say
I'm sorry, I hate to change
Yes,
it.
I know
I
his
ain't trying to
name
change
is
the
Stephen
subject.
Wolf, but I call him Stephen Wolf because he was terrible.
Oh, that's
Yo,
funny.
Have your name
Oh, that's
correctly,
funny.
nigga.
y'all know what's so dope though about this picture Bosslogic did? And
Which
one
one?
picture, with the Little Mermaid, and one picture you see Deadpool reeling up a shark. In the other picture, he just fishing.
That's the response from Aaron Malibu. He said High on Life version. He wanted a picture where Zendaya was actually smiling in the picture and like kind of brighten it up, and it's like the perfect response. It's like you see like Deadpool about to get his ass ate up by a shark.
Plus, on top of that, back to the mermaid thing, but back to the okay. So they're doing a live action, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I think Disney just wants to change it up because the only black
It's Disney's decision. It's
right.
Disney's
And
decision.
the only-
They want to do it.
If we went with how the original cartoons went, right? If we went with that format, then pretty much all of the princesses would be white. So they wanted to change it up because the only one we would have had was a freaking frog princess. That would be it. That's it. That's all we would have had.
Yeah.
So
Hey, but like real talk, don't Zendaya with this red hair look like she could have played Starfire?
That was also said in the comments section. She would have made a pretty Starfire.
Yeah. But she's Mary Jane, so she got red hair too, so we just ain't seen her change her hair color yet. But pretty sure that's
But we waiting. We
sure
waiting
that's
patiently, faithfully.
Then we got Wesley Snipes is in talks with Marvel
Mm-hmm.
about what, we wonder. I know what it is. I got a feeling.
Blade.
We all know.
I
don't know.
Plain African American to be a superhero without a superhero name.
I don't know how I feel about old man Blade.
I mean, what if it's a thing where, John Boyega is like the son of Blade and he's like the new Blade, and then, Wesley Snipes is Daddy Blade and training him to be,
He, from what I was reading, he too content. It's in him. He don't want to give up the mantle at all about being Blade.
Well,
Like,
Sticky Fingers didn't do a good job either. We remember the Blade show on Spike TV. Don't act like you forgot.
Okay, hush. Okay, hush.
Didn't think we'd be going all the way back there. But yeah.
This all Sticky Finger fault. Yeah, I'm bringing up old stuff.
I'll try to repress that memory, but okay.
yeah, he like that. That was hurtful.
How Blade gonna have a lingering eyebrow, dog? Come on.
It was just that, what I'm saying is, and the thing was, I think Wesley Snipes actually, like, he got so invested into Blade. I can understand why, like, he didn't put a lot of his own money into the Blade character. So I can understand that. It's just that, how they gonna fit you into
had the same will to play Spawn again. I know, it's okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So apparently,
I got over Michael J. White not playing Spawn anymore. I mean, it's just time to move on. But because Todd McFarlane assured us this is the Spawn movie he wanted to make at first. So
only hope and wish. Then we got so Snap, what is this about? Fortnite again? People attacking Fortnite?
Okay, so school, well, over here school done started. In other places I don't know if it started yet or not, but this has legit become a huge problem because one teacher all the way in England said that a bunch of students were picking on one student by doing a little emote dancing and whatnot. Got one student, I think over here, his mom was so frantic, I guess, when she saw him playing Fortnite before he went to school. Then he got off school, got home from school, and just really lost his shit when his mom and his dad tried to take it from him and whatnot. So that has me thinking, like, everything going on with this game, what's y'all opinion on, like, parents really wanted to either have certain rules and boundaries for it, because one, I'm not a parent, so I can't really say much on it. And on top of that, I'm a gamer too, so if I was a parent, I can't really get mad at my kids' obsession with a game, because I have games I'm obsessed with too, even though I'll still go and do what I got to do in life. But what's y'all opinion on it? Okay,
so I'm finna give my take. I don't know if the parents on here gonna agree with me or not, but
it's an open topic, bro. You're free to say what you want.
Okay, the thing with Fortnite to me is the same gripe I had with people who blame TV for for some of the actions of their kids. These are children. They're your children. That means you have to have some control of what goes on in your household. I know when I was growing up, I had only so much game time, but I had to get certain stuff done before I had to play my game. I grew up in a house with a single mom. So if my single mom who was working the job and everything, could make sure that when I came home, all my chores was done, my homework was done, and then I get to play the game, and then the game got to go off at a certain time, and take your ass a bath, and take your ass to bed, and wake up and go to school the next day. You ain't got time for to play no game before you go to school. I feel like all parents can do that. I think Chick made a single dad, and I'm pretty sure he has rules for his son that his son abides by. Like, I feel like a lot of parents try too much to be their kid's friend instead of their parent, and they don't establish ground rules and stuff. And when your kid gets out of hand, you want to blame everything and not look at yourself.
Or they wait too late to establish any ground rules whatsoever, and they want to, just like you said, want to be their friend, or they just don't really give a doggone, and they still trying to live their parentless life, but they have a child, and it takes them a while to realize that they're responsible for a whole nother human being. But with the whole gaming thing, my son is getting into gaming, and he wants a Switch so bad he can taste it. After watching thousands and thousands of Mario Odyssey videos, and that's the whole time thinking that he's playing it, but he's watching somebody on YouTube Kids play it, but that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, man, you just have to. I mean, my only thing with my son is him is not really a time constraint or thing like that. My son rages just because the freaking thing dies on him most of the time, or if he loses or anything like that. And so I'm teaching him about not
self-control.
Raging. Yeah, self-control and not raging and stuff like that. Because I'll tell him and he'll ask me a certain question. I'll be playing PvP in a game and ask me, did I win? I'm like, no, I didn't. And I tell him you notice I didn't get upset. So he's starting to learn from me that I've never been playing video games. I've never raged playing any game that I've ever played.
I'm gonna tell you something that was hilarious, and I'm pretty sure all y'all agree with me. The early days of when we first started online gaming, probably Call of Duty was hearing 9 and 10, 11-year-old white kids just freaking blow it. When they would die, you really thought this kid is a serial killer. It was just, I don't know, man. It was some of the funniest stuff to me. Then you had to sit back and think, he might go to school tomorrow and shoot his school up.
No, what it was. The kid thought he probably was that good because he probably whipped his friends, but then he got online and realized that the ranking
is a whole different story.
It's a whole nother game when he gets online and you getting freaking destroyed.
You met your match.
I don't lose my shit when I lose because I know I can lose. I'm vulnerable to losing. I play Street Fighter online. I know I'm good at Street Fighter, but I also know there are people out there that's better than me. So, I don't rage out. I've never been one of those folks that'll snatch my joystick out and run home when I get my ass kicked. I mean, you take an L, you're going to take L's in life. That builds character.
Yeah.
But,
We said that last time. It was like the only way you get better, you gonna have to lose.
Yep,
You got to. You got to lose to get better. You learn from your mistakes. Hell,
the other part of that.
Checkmate.
Go ahead.
Checkmate can vouch for. Well, what I'm about to say, Checkmate can honestly say I'm correct. We took so many L's in high school playing soccer that when we finally got a win, it was so satisfying.
Actually, no. Before the win, even when we scored a goal, it was
satisfying when we scored a goal. Like we would be losing the game, and just because we do a good play, just because the team do a good play, we would get excited because it built character. We took many bitched out some ass whoopings. Like I'm talking about physical ass whoopings.
Yeah, I do.
Namely St. Joe. But at the same time,
that's crazy,
man. But at the same time, yo, it built character in us, and it didn't destroy us to lose. Like we went down to Brandon, Mississippi one day, and because our girls was taking L's too. We came up over a hill, and I think the score was like 25-0 in soccer. And the whole bus, even the coaches, when we came up that hill and saw the score, we all said, damn, at the same time. But we had so much fun playing the game. And that's what kids these days don't do. They don't have fun playing sports or games. They take it too serious like it's life or death.
Yeah, in addition to the whole thing with Fortnite too, man, it's also goes to like, okay, parents, I don't know why they feel because it's a shooting game. Yes, that's true. But it's fantasy shooting is one thing. And parents, this is what you gotta understand. Your kid could be out doing worse things than playing Fortnite right now. There's so much more worse stuff they could be into and be involved in other than playing a simple mobile game, which is basically freaking Minecraft with guns. Basically.
I don't know.
Ain't no blood in it.
I don't know what's up with Fortnite,
but
I can't now. And I don't play a wide variety of games, but I just can't get into Fortnite. I don't know what it is.
I mean, see, this my thing about that with Fortnite. Like, it's hard to like build and whatnot because one thing I had to learn playing Fortnite was height is everything. And that's one thing I remember just watching videos and actually experience myself. You have to learn how to, you got to get a hang of building and trying to get a lot of height advantage.
Yep.
So that's how I say what turns most people off when it comes to them playing Fortnite for the first time. They ain't too used to building. They're more combat than building and whatnot. So
that's what really turned me off. I was used to playing shooters. I never had to play a shooter where I had to build and shoot.
Oh no.
Exactly. But it's like, but other thing with that is like, okay, and the second thing about this is that Fortnite, it is the game. It is the popular game. You can't tell me as a parent when you were a kid or a teenager or whatever the case may be, when you were a child, that you was always jumping on the popular thing, where it was music, clothes, shoes, whatever. And in this day and age, it's technology. So Fortnite is the most popular thing that everybody and every kid is playing.
Hell.
So
we grew up in an era. We grew up in an era where it was so much controversy behind Mortal Kombat.
Not only that, you gotta look at it like this. Like, and like majority, like the folks on the show, they're like at least in their 30s and whatnot, and they got kids. Like, y'all grew up in a time where it's not just Mortal Kombat. You grew up in a time with Grand Theft Auto. You grew up in a time with Max Payne, Saints Row, and you know, y'all barely made it to y'all teenage years before. Well, not your teenage years, but like your adult years, and y'all encountered these games. So Fortnite shouldn't be too big a deal to these parents out there now, because the parents of these kids playing Fortnite were the same kids that were playing GTA. So,
exactly. And see, they try to say our generation is numb to violence, but the thing is, that's really just a trash ass statement, because we knew it was fantasy.
Yep.
We had enough sense to know I can't go out here and uppercut somebody and their head gonna fly off. So why even try?
I know, right? You know you
try,
can't
but
put
you
in a
won't be
cheat code.
successful.
You can't put no cheat code and you automatically become buff or skinny. Like that was the case, that'd be the life. But anyways,
I knew I couldn't go out and fight somebody and yell Kaioken. Hell no.
Nah, you can get your ass whooped.
You can go fight somebody like that, but you yell KOK
You
and
can do that,
they
but they
coming
go-
out.
Exactly.
Go get hit
Ain't
afterwards.
no red key.
Hell, there was real life consequences that we knew, but it feel like parents aren't teaching these kids these consequences. I mean, explaining to them or teaching them or sitting down spending time with them to explain that this isn't real, or setting ground rules to let you know that from the jump that you can only play the game for so long, but you need to do this, and this before you can even play the game.
Right, exactly.
Like, kids got cell phones now. Half of us that's on this podcast probably didn't get a cell phone until we was like seniors in high schools or college when we bought our own cell phone.
Nah, I ain't gonna all that.
I mean,
had one
it was high school.
you know, we got.
it
What
was
was
high
like
school. It was
junior
high
year
school.
when we got our cell phones.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it was high school. I think it was like freshman year. I think when I got.
Yeah, it was like No
Oh, I
kids.
ain't get my freshman year. I ain't gonna tell that lie.
No kids. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't mine. It was my grandma's. But like that shit.
I got mine.
My mom worked at a
junior
cell
year.
phone place, so I was just fortunate enough to get one.
Lucky.
And
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
I was
I think it was like it was like Cellular South was running that special back then, which they don't do no more. Free phone, free activation.
That's because they was trying to get all y'all into the first sample is free, my brother. And now you're hooked. So, well, the world is hooked on cell phones. There you go. So the first sample is always free, all the time. All right, man. Norman Reedus wants to join the MCU. So, anybody want to take a wild guess who he wants to be?
Ghost Rider.
Man, first guess. Yes, he does. He wants to be Ghost Rider.
I don't see him as nothing else.
Oh, I know. He only rides a motorcycle on freaking The Walking Dead all damn time.
Oh.
A lot of the people from The Walking Dead really want to get into Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them do, man. I mean, you got whatchamacallit from that's in Black Panther. I can't think of her name, but she's already
Okoye.
Okay, yeah, she's already in the MCU already. Let me see who else.
Just said Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan wants to be part of the DCU, which he was already part of DC in a sense when he was part of the Watchmen. But I mean, yeah. But then you got him. I'm trying to think who else is on the main.
I would like to see a sequel to that.
What?
Watchmen.
I've been well. So with the whole thing with the whole Batman middle I was talking about like last week, that's kind of like what that kind of like the event, like the big event in DC Comics was kind of leading up to, was basically their way of trying to bring in the Watchmen into everything. So that basically was saying like, this is before the whole Batman middle thing happened, when they had like the Rebirth event with DC Comics and stuff. And it kept showing a clock, and so it was basically, I haven't read this, but I know the rumor was that Mr. Manhattan was causing all of this stuff to happen within the DC. So that was how they want to introduce the Watchmen that way. Because I mean, Mr. Manhattan is like freaking OP as hell.
So I just it was one thing that bothered me about the Watchmen.
Mr. Manhattan
was. Yeah, I was just trying to see how he was. I was trying to see how he was having sex with a woman.
The fuck?
This is very true.
I mean,
it's very true.
Like
it's comic book logic.
Magic Mike over there.
He purely nuclear.
I mean, it would surprise that nigga. I'm not surprised at all. That it surprised you.
Comic book logic.
Freaking turn it into Newtown.
Basically, as soon as he busts, everything died.
You just SpongeBob on. Bring it around town.
I'm done with
And you do this, and this, and this, and this.
definitely
Oh,
an
man.
already show tonight.
Man. All right, man.
I'm just saying, yo.
Anybody got anything else before we take off for?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
So, Ezra Miller, guy who plays Flash on the Justice League, he was out signing autographs, and this random fan had like a Marvel movie, and he was like, I'm not gonna sign that, right? Like, why I can't sign that, right? He's like, why you can't sign it? He's like, because DC and Marvel are like feuding right now. And they were like going back and forth, like they were really arguing. He's like, I'm not gonna sign it. Find something else, because I'm not gonna sign it.
That man.
You guys think it? Yeah.
DC. That man is DC through and through.
So I'm like, as many times as these people have flip flop from DC to Marvel, he's actually sticking to it.
Yeah. I kind of admire that about him. I'm like, you know what? I ain't seen nobody from Marvel do like, man, I ain't signing that Justice League movie. That movie's whack.
Exactly.
Actually, if I was Marvel, I'd sign my shit all over DC shit. The fuck out of here. Hell yeah.
I ain't lying. Be real mad disrespect.
Hell yeah. I'd sign the fuck out of it.
We winning. I'd be like, we winning this fight right now anyway.
Hell yeah. I'm signing the cover, the back cover, the inside, and the end of the chapter. All of it. The bonus disc.
Put on starring me.
Starring me. All you gonna think about it when you see the movie is me, even though I ain't in it.
Alright, y'all. So I saw something this weekend that it's like a gadget that just made me want to be a big kid.
What is it? Let me guess. It's the sex doll. I got it. I knew it.
Fuck you. So in Japan, they have the Dragon Ball Z VR headset game.
Oh, wow.
No, same shit.
And it allows you to make you seem like you throwing Kamehamehas and turn into a Super Saiyan.
So
like
basically,
you can fight with the headset on. You can fight.
This is an updated version of that garbage ass Connect game, huh?
I know.
I guess, but it's not a system. It's just a VR system that's just like singly Dragon Ball. Like it got a scouter in it where you can look at somebody and it'll tell you what their power level is and all of that. And it's only gonna be released in Japan, which sucks ass. But
of course, Japan only gets all the shit. I'll admit, the VR. What I'm glad is VR is actually really taking off. It is actually really good, especially the PlayStation VR. I need to get one, but I did the demo and that damn thing's amazing.
I have to admit, when I was overseas, they had a lot more games than the games over here.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah.
Dude, look at that game stores over there.
It was.
Hey, look at one. Actually, no. Look at Yakuza. That shit just now getting.
Bro,
and it's amazing. The game is outstanding. Like
I've always wanted to play that too.
Dude,
Jesus
please
Christ.
Get a copy of the game. Like real talk, get a copy of the game.
Yep.
They got 3 versions that came out of the Yakuza that came out too. They got 3 versions.
0, 6, and Kiwami 2, which is a remake or remastered of the one that came out in Japan. So all the ones coming out now is just re-released versions. And they ain't even new fucking games. I think Yakuza 6 is new.
Oh, speaking of
6 came out. 6 came out last year, I believe.
Speaking of games that are coming back, Omnimusha got announced.
Yeah,
that is.
Yeah, I plan on getting it too.
And I heard it's like remastered and all this stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah. Dark Souls who?
I know. That's actually the original Dark Souls. Fuck out of here with that.
Like real talk.
Exactly.
That's the original Neo.
For real, yeah. That is like
actually,
yeah.
Actually,
yeah. That's very true. All right, man. We're going to cut out of here. We're going to shut it down for issue 75 of NerdFlow. Please make sure you guys check out the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. NerdFlow Podcast on NerdFlow. Search on either of those. What's up?
If you want to catch our live streams, we will not be recording on Mondays. Starting next week, we will be recording on Sundays.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's just more convenient for everybody. So, when we post it, be looking for us on Sundays.
Exactly. Yes, on Sundays at
and
9 o'clock, 8:30. Yeah.
And to throw this out here, if we have any fans in Arkansas, even though it's not a panel, but we're just throwing it out there, Snapback and Riario will be at Arkansas Comic Con this upcoming week. So if you guys want to say hello, be a part of what we're going to have going on, basically a segment I guess we would like to call Snapback and Backpack.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I know, right? It's a dope. So, yeah, if you want to kick it with us, you're free to do so. Like I said, we'll be at Arkansas Comic Con this upcoming week.
If you want to pick them out, they should have on red NerdFlow t-shirts.
Exactly.
And I was just getting to that.
Shut up.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna be bold. And if somebody tell me they better not call cops on me, okay?
Call the cops on you.
Well, shit.
Oh, yeah.
What they calling the cops on you for, bro? You stealing?
No, he black. What the fuck? Duh.
Oh.
All right, man.
Clearly, somebody don't know the fucking rules of America right now.
Check, man, you don't go somewhere, go check on a dick, bro.
I'm just letting your motherfucking ass know, nigga.
And I'm just gonna let you know you finna lose.
I'm letting you motherfucking ass know, nigga.
You can go jump off a cliff.
We out, man. We out.
Take your check and tag too. You get that shit shot up. I think it's hell, nigga. How about that?